Hi everybody, so it's Monday evening and tonight we're having a kind of a sausage bake. So this is chopped sweet potatoes, there are some mushrooms, red onions and a red pepper chopped in there as well, seasoned with a little bit of olive oil and some seasonal. And then I cooked that for about 20 minutes, and then I put on top of it some of these are the muscle food lean chipolatas that we had in our Christmas hamper. They look really delicious, hardly any fat has come out of them at all. So I just laid those over the top, cooked for 10 minutes, turned them and cooked for another 10 minutes. All of that on about a 200 fan oven. So that's the basis of our dinner tonight. And then we've got some steamed green vegetables. I've got some green beans, sliced green beans and green broccoli. Green broccoli? Well, I guess you can have purple broccoli. So, but broccoli. And then I'm probably going to have a nice big handful. I've got some baby spinach in the fridge. Probably going to have a nice handful of that with mine as well. So getting lots of vegetables in, trying to battle off the last remaining bits of this bug that we've had. It's a new week. We're hoping for a better week. And yeah, looking forward to this Monday night sausage supper. Hi everybody, so it's Tuesday evening and we're all eating at home tonight. We had parents' evening at Caleb's school. Had a really good report from his teacher who said he was really bright, a really good kid. And she said that he, if he put his mind to it, can be anything he wants to be because he's smart and he works hard. So couldn't really ask to hear better than that from your teacher. At parents' evening, so good props to Caleb for that. So tonight I've got some skinless, boneless chicken thighs, which I've just marinated in a little bit of jerk seasoning, and then I cooked them in the pan for about 5 minutes on each side and finished them in the oven. I've got broccoli, green beans and peas and some active fryer chips. And this is Caleb's. He's got some chicken dippers, but he's also got some pizza. Toney had a free pizza deal that expired I think today or tomorrow, so needed to use that up. So they're both having pizza and chicken along with some of the extra bits too. So Caleb's got some pepperoni pizza on his plate. So we're off to enjoy this on a Tuesday evening. Hi everybody, so it's Wednesday evening and tonight I've got a sweet potatoes topped shepherd's pie. I've flavoured this with chilli both in the meat mixture and some into the sweet potato on the top to give it kind of a chili style flavouring. And then I was going to do some gravy with it. It's got loads of veggies in the meat mixture. So there's peppers, onions, mushrooms, carrots, tomato passata, some sweet corn, and then obviously the sweet potato on the top. So I haven't done a vegetable on the side. I was just going to do gravy, but then I just really fancied some baked beans with it. So when I was growing up, shepherd's pie always had baked beans either served with it or mixed into it. So I just, as I looked in the pantry, I just saw baked beans and thought, that's what I fancy. So that's what we're having for a side dish with this tonight. But yep, it's cold and foggy. It was horrible out there today evening, and so off to enjoy this nice plate of warm comfort food. Hi everybody, so it's Thursday evening and I've got a quick Mayflower chicken curry with white rice for dinner tonight. So this is the curry powder, which is like the Chinese style curry. And it is my absolute favourite kind of pantry style curry sauce. I just love the flavour of it. So I've got some pieces of, these are the chicken mini breast fillets. I'll just cut them up into smaller pieces. I've got some mushrooms in there. I've got red onion and some garden peas. And then the Mayflower curry sauce. So really looking forward to this. I've been to weigh in tonight. I lost 3 pounds this week. So quite happy with that now. Part of it is down to being ill, I think, and just not eating properly. So I just didn't have much of an appetite for a few days. But I'll take the 3 pounds, and then as long as I'm fairly well on plan for the next week, I should be able to build on that. So yeah, quite happy with that achievement this week. And it puts me down well below now where I was leading into Christmas. So I'm now lighter than I was before Christmas, if that makes sense, because I had a bit of a gain over Christmas, then I lost some, then I gained another pound, and so it was a bit up and down for a few weeks. But yep, happy with that. Off to enjoy my chicken curry on a Thursday night. Hi everybody, so it's Friday evening and we're having a take on a fish and chip supper. So I've got some salmon. Now this was a half side of salmon that I've just cut up into portions to suit our size of piece of salmon that we would want. I find it more cost effective to buy it that way. If you buy the individual salmon fillets, I have to buy 3 packs really to have enough for the 3 of us. And that is more expensive than to buy a half side of salmon. So that's what I got. I could cut a nice small fillet off for Caleb and then slightly bigger ones for Tony and I. So I've just pan seared these in a tiny bit of olive oil with some salt and pepper. I've got nice sliced up pieces of potato with skin on, which I've cooked in the active fryer with some season oil. And then we've got a combination of steamed peas, carrots, broccoli and cauliflower. So a slightly healthier take on a Friday night fish supper. So that is Caleb's. That is mine. I've just got the little end piece from the salmon as well. And my salmon's a little pinker as I like it that way. But the same potatoes and vegetables on the side of mine. So off to enjoy this on a Friday night. Hi everybody, so it's Saturday evening and tonight we've got sausage and egg burgers with active fryer, diced potatoes, and Caleb's got spaghetti hoops with his, and I've got beans. Tony and I've got beans. I've also got some mushrooms and I've got mine on a wheat thin. The boys are having theirs on like burger buns. And I've got some tomato on the bottom, the sausage patty, there is a slice of cheese under there and an egg. So looking forward to enjoying this, a bit of a take on Brinner, but we quite like these sandwiches made this way. So we're off tonight to go and see Caleb's best friend in pantomime. He and his sister are both in the pantomime. So we're off to see that after we've eaten our dinner. Hi everybody, so it's Sunday evening and I just wanted to show you this before I put it in the oven. I'm doing a roast chicken dinner tonight, but I'm doing something a bit different with some Mexican style seasoning flavours to the chicken. So this is an extra large chicken, it's just over 2 kilos. And what I've smothered it in is some butter that I've mixed with some smoked paprika, some chopped garlic, and then some of this. Now this is an ingredient that I used to use a lot in the States. It's a very popular ingredient over there for Mexican style food. It's chipotle chili peppers in adobo sauce. Now the adobo is not too spicy. It does have a heat, but it's more of a smoky spiciness than a real hard-hitting spiciness. And the peppers are in they are kind of just pieces of pepper in this rich, kind of almost spicy barbecue-y sort of sauce. So I chopped up a spoonful of those and mixed it with the butter and the garlic and some smoked paprika and rubbed that over. And then I've got some chopped potatoes and onions that I've mixed with a little bit of butter, some melted butter, and some chili powder, smoked paprika and cumin, just to give them a bit of a kind of Mexican style flavouring too. But also, as this chicken cooks and all these juices kind of filter down, they'll start to mix in with the potatoes. So I'm going to cook it at 220, so quite a hot oven, for about 20 minutes to let the chicken start to really get going. Then I'll give the potatoes a bit of a stir, turn the oven down and cook it for about another hour at kind of 190 to let it all finish cooking. And through that time I will shuffle around the potatoes a little bit to keep them from sticking to the bottom. And if I get to the point where it feels like the potatoes are cooked and the chicken's not quite, I will take the potatoes out and let the chicken carry on. So that's the plan for tonight. We're going to have it with some vegetables like a normal roast dinner, but just something a bit different, something nice and spicy, a bit sort of Nando's-y with the chili profile, but just something different for a Sunday dinner. So I thought I'd show you this before I show you it plated up so you can see where it came from. Okay, so there is our finished chicken. You can see all that delicious flavouring on the skin, which I left on the one thigh and leg portion there. The chicken is really moist and tender, and it's got that lovely chipotle seasoning kind of just seeped through into the chicken. So slight different variation on a roast chicken dinner, but shows that you can take something that's quite standard, and although I use the word boring, but actually I love roast chicken dinner, so not boring, but standard, and just vary it up a little bit. So those are the potatoes and the onions, and they have all been cooked in that delicious seasoning that came out from the chicken, but also a little bit of a paprika and chili powder coating on them before they went into the pan. And then we've got with that some leeks, broccoli and green peas. And then I have just made up a little cheese sauce to have with the leeks and broccoli, and perhaps a little bit of grated cheese on top of that too. It just didn't feel like a gravy dinner, but the cheese sauce will add a nice little flavour to the vegetables on the side. So we're off to enjoy this. Thank you for joining us for this week of meals on the Family Seesaw, and we hope to see you back here soon.